Well, you really wouldn't believe what has been going on in the studios. We just got this, and it's from Senator Adeseye Ogunlewe. He's given a copy to Lai Mohammed. Well, he's next on the program. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Well, you decided to give this to Dr. Lai Mohammed now in our presence. You said he should read and see the scorecard of the president.
Yes.
We'll come back to the scorecard issue, which is very key here, and you heard how he scored Mr. President on his scorecard. He said, well, he hasn't performed creditably well. But talking about security matters, which we started off with Alhaji Lai Mohammed, what's your own assessment, objectively, irrespective of your political leaning now of the situation?
Well, let's put a little bit of facts on the table. The issue of security expenditure is not 32 billion naira because it encompasses personnel payments, recorded expenditure. The only amount of money for capital expenditure is about 1 billion naira annually, and it is not too, it's not enough. Then the issue of security is of concern to every Nigerian because it is life that is involved. Can you imagine insurgency taking over 1.2 million population Mobi? The trauma, 40 banks in Mobi alone taken over by this insurgency. It is traumatic for anybody living around there. So it is of concern to all Nigerians, and we must find a way of flushing these people out. There are external bodies that are involved. A number of people don't like the way Nigeria is growing. You can see that they bring in children, women, to fight against Nigerian troops. And you can also see the problem of Nigerian troops. They are not too happy the way they manage the resources of the military. All these things must be of concern to all Nigerians. Why should a Nigerian army not be able to combat this level of not too sophisticated army? What's really happening?
What do you think is happening? Because I ask this on the backdrop of some of the headlines. If local hunters can actually chase them out,
yes,
how come that an ill-equipped military can't do the same thing that the local hunters have done?
If you remember the beginning, after the election, 2011, some people from the north, they didn't hide their disdain for an Ijaw person coming up as president. And they said, we will make this country ungovernable for the government. And this is what is playing out. How can Nigerian army, the best, anywhere they went, to Sierra Leone, to Liberia, all over Congo, Nigerian military police have been the best outside the country.
Have we suddenly lost that power?
What is happening now?
To crush anyone that threatens the integrity and security of the nation? Because we're asking this, even yesterday, some form of headline asking the president not to come to Delta State, and we're getting to hear that truly it has been called off. Have we suddenly lost it to the extent that individuals or groups or ethnic or religious bodies will threaten us as a country and will back down?
We must be really, really worried, honestly. Okay, look at instances where a general was protecting Boko Haram at the expense of his own troops. And the troops have to now attack the general. It has come to that level. So we don't know internally too what is our problem.
That story is a strange one. Just a moment, sir. I mean, you said the general. Is it the same one that led to the court-martial of the soldiers who shot at a GOC? Is that the event you're referring to, the incident you're referring to?
Yes.
The question will be, what action was taken? If indeed it was found out that a general was protecting...
He ran away. He's out of the country with his family.
How did that happen?
Well, what it is ability matter.
How come we're not, chasing, we're not asking for him to be extradited? And how come the story is not out in the open?
It is. the military, the way we treat the military is different. They have their own regulations, they have their own rules. But the disaffection within the military is also a key.
So, yes, you've painted this picture of the decay in the system, in the military, how the military who's the best out there, but in here they're not doing so well. But Senator Lai Mohammed just left here and he put the entire blame at the foot of the government, at the foot of your party, the ruling party, that you have failed this country.
That you are the military.
That you have failed this country.
No!
He said, his words, that the president is the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic, of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and he has the powers to do more than he's being done.
Like what? Provide funds. Ask international community to assist. Americans are here. Israelis are here. But they are also not seeing the positive side of the military. So what can the commander-in-chief do? If he acts arbitrarily, what are the consequences? It's not that it's not of concern to him, but all Nigerians must see when they said bombing of Boko Haram, fighting them, was fighting the North. When the PDP declared state of emergency in the Northeast, what were they saying? They said, why did you, because you are anti-North. Did you see the letter written by the governor of Adamawa State in Yako against fighting of insurgency? So it is premeditated. And it is, we must be careful. The way this country is going is scary. Why should people believe that it is their right to govern the country? No other person should govern.
Would it be right to say...
It is when they govern there will be problem.
If you say scary, would it be right for us to say politicians are actually leading us to some form of perdition?
I won't take it away from the politicians. I won't take it away from them. Because things like this, it is out of, politics now. Let Nigeria be at peace. There are so many Nigerians, they don't care about who is in government.
Senator, you listen to some of the criticism of Alhaji Lai Mohammed. I wonder what your response would be to some of them. For instance, the declaration of President Goodluck Jonathan the day after the students were killed in Potiskum. What do you have to say about that?
Our idea is that it was deliberate to prevent him from declaring. So, why did they now go to Edo State and start to dance?
Well, he said, just a moment, I'm sure you listened to his explanation, but he says that the president could still have declared, but not in a manner that...
So they will say it's a coward, that he couldn't come out again because he had to declare in his room. It's all politics.
So you think that either way, the president, I mean...
It has no connection.
When the devil
he has already planned his declaration. That was a disaster. He mentioned it. I was there. And he was not happy about it. But governance must continue. You cannot stop government because something else has happened.
What do you also have to say about the criticism that none of these areas have been visited by the president?
Did you remember what happened in Rwanda? When the president plane was shot and it resulted into the loss of millions of lives. Supposing something happens to him there, what is going to happen? He must think not about himself alone, but the consequences of any action against him. So he must be careful. It's not that he's not concerned, but it is more dangerous for him to be hurt in any form. So we must balance our options. Must he go there and anything happens, what are the consequences? If I say, don't let me go because it may be dangerous, what is going to happen?
But how would we rate...